Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. Guys, go on mute. Go on mute. You guys need to be on mute at all times. Sorry. No, no, let me. They were not on mute. Hi, good afternoon. Sorry for the technical glitch. We've got Olly with us. Olly was a game changer for us in the last game, taking 2 wickets and helping control the middle overs for us. Olly will answer your questions for both our games, which is scheduled on the 13th and on the 14th. Over to you now.
Ollie, just as we spoke earlier, just are you in the business of uprooting middle stumps? And just how much do you enjoy the other night?
Yeah, no, it was great to be out there. Obviously, packed crowd here. First game up was amazing, and to get those 2 wickets at the way I did was very pleasing. It was very pleasing, and yeah, like I say, the most important thing, we got the win and also that extra bonus point.
Olly, so we got a fan from someone that's a big fan of you, was a cricket connoisseur. You want to know, what do you feel that you're going to get out of your time in South Africa?
I mean, playing in different conditions around the world can only help your game. We've got a great coaching staff and also a great playing staff. We've got a great mixture of local players and overseas players. So I think to tap into their knowledge and the way they go about their cricket and experiencing different conditions here can only help me improve, and going to make sure I tap into the likes of Kagiso and obviously fortunate enough to spend some time with Jofra as well, and like the likes of Sammy Curran. That I don't think you can ever ask too many questions, and yeah, hopefully just keep learning along the way.
Ollie, just in terms of we saw Don Ferreira going really well for the Joburg Super Kings last night. The early overs they wanted the pressure, but then he came through in the middle overs. That's your job. How do you approach the middle overs, and particularly looking to strike during that overs and trying to contain Donovan?
Yeah, I guess he played really well last night. We will have some meetings before the games and discuss a few different plans that may work to try and get him out, and obviously hopefully he doesn't come off again when he arrives here. We're always chatting as a group and trying to find different ways of getting people out. There's obviously, like I say, some local players that may have a few nuggets of information that can help us contain him.
Olly, it was Joffrey's first game after a long time, and you being a fellow fast bowler with some Eagles before, just how good was that performance after such a long time off the field?
Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, he's shown his class over the years so far in international and franchise cricket, and I know his pain. I've been there myself, so to see him go out there and wicket maiden first up, to announce himself back onto the stage, it's great to see. Obviously, I love seeing people run in, bowl fast, and exciting the crowd and getting the people up on their feet. And I know what he's been through. It can be some tough times. So to have him out there performing the way he did with a smile on his face again is great to see, and long may that continue.
With regards to Theobald, what is it like to bowl to him in the nets, and how is he amongst the teammates?
Yeah, I've heard a lot about him, and yeah, like you said, the other night he showed his class, and he's one in the nets that you need to be on it 24/7. If not, he can take you down with some of those shots that he showed last night, and just the way he went about stuff, you wouldn't realise he's only 19, and I think his maturity out there on the big stage is just testament to him, and obviously I think how far he can go in this tournament, and then hopefully for him international cricket as well.
Olly, just take us back to before that first game, just the build up and just coming to Cape Town and getting to meet your new teammates. Just how has that been, and integrating with everyone?
It's been brilliant. Everyone's been so welcoming. It was a few nerves walking into the hotel when I landed, but everyone welcomed me with open arms and wanted to get to know me, wanted to find out about myself, and yeah, it makes you settle in and feel like you've been here for a while. So everyone's been great. It makes it a lot easier to go out there and perform when you're not as nervous as you were when you first walked in. We had 4 good training sessions in the lead up to the first game, and I think we went out there and showed how well we'd prepared and obviously took that into the game.
And Cape Town, how was that been?
It's been amazing. I haven't been out much, trying to make the most of my time to recover. But we saw the crowd the other night, how amazing they were, and hopefully, I believe that the other games are sold out as well. So the atmosphere was amazing, and fingers crossed that continues throughout the tournament, because having a full crowd here at Newlands is definitely gets you going and helps you spur you on.
Ollie, we've seen in the past, we've seen England use Liam Plunkett particularly to strike during that middle period. Is that a guy that you would maybe look at in the role that you perform?
I mean, I love any situation, to be honest. I've opened the bowl and bowled at the death. I think you just have to cherish and enjoy those challenging moments. As you saw in my second over, it doesn't always go the way you want it to go, but it's how you sort of come back and finish off. And yeah, there's always, even if you get hit for 2, 3, 4s, there's always that one ball that can change that over. So it's trying to keep it as simple as possible for me, but also, yeah, the way that Liam Plunkett has gone about it in the past is definitely something you sort of look into and see the way he went about stuff. Obviously, a little bit of different types of bowlers, but yeah, it's trying to find those nuggets of information that can help you. But like I say, I love every moment I have the ball in my hand. There's a lot worse jobs to have. So yeah, as long as I know I go out there and back myself and play with a smile on my face, then I know I'm not going too far wrong.
And how much are you enjoying being part of a attack that consists of KG, Jofra, Sam, just to be part of that quartet?
I mean, it's pretty frightening, isn't it? Yeah, it's amazing. Like I say, in these training sessions, you have to make the most of it. You have to tap into their knowledge. Kagiso's played loads of franchise and international cricket, the likes of Sam and Jofra have as well. So I think you'd be silly not to try and learn a thing or two from them. And yeah, just in these environments, ask loads of questions, find out how they go about stuff, and then hopefully take that into your game if you feel as though it works. So I find it very hard to go backwards in these sort of environments. I think, like you say, that rubbing shoulders with some of the best players in the world, it can only help your game.
Just the last one, it's a double header this week, and you guys have won your first game. You win 2 year, 3 you set for the tournament. Is that the focus? Is it missing?
I mean, you go out there to win every game. Obviously, having the first 3 games here at Newlands is massive, and hopefully we can make this a fortress and learn from the other night to like you say, hopefully get another 2 wins on the board, and if another bonus point comes our way, then we'll take it.
Just Ollie, I just wanted to know, just going through a mind of an English cricketer, you've had a lot of success as a country over the last few years in white cricket. Just as a domestic cricketer in England, what does that success do for domestic cricketers in your country?
I think it makes you hungry to get to that top level. You see, obviously they've won 50 over World Cup and now a T20 World Cup. It's definitely made me hungry and want to get involved, want to be part of that success. Been on the fringes a little bit, so yeah, hopefully coming here and playing in these tournaments can sort of show people what I can do and break into those teams a little bit more. But yeah, people in England, the blast is that competition has gone up because you've got the likes of those people coming back and letting you into what they've done to win those competitions. So I think the fact now people can rub shoulders with the local players here and pass on that knowledge, I think it can only help South African cricket go forward as well.
We've got some questions on Zoom. Sahil, if you could unmute and ask Ollie both your questions, one after another, please. Sahil, one sec.
Connecting with him, playing under him.
Okay, so his questions are twofold. First one is on the team combination that you've seen coming through for the tournament, and the second one specifically on Rashid, given that he's played across multiple venues and multiple teams. So how has the learning been under Rashid's captaincy?
It's been great. He's not shy of sort of telling you how he's played his cricket around the world, but also not trying to force you to sort of go down one route. He backs you as a player, which I think for a captain is massive. And as a player, you know, you want to have the full backing of your skipper, whether the game's going well or it's not going your way. You want to have the full backing of him, and he's shown his class throughout the last few years in international and franchise cricket. So to have someone of his note leading the team, it just makes you want to go along with him.
Okay. The next question is from Daniel. Daniel's question is, he wants you to elaborate a little bit on Jofra. How was his attitude just before the first game, his first game in 17 months? Was he nervous? Did you guys have a chat before the game? Just a little bit on that.
I mean, I think understandably there was a few nerves flying around. I think he didn't say too much, but I think from sort of past experience, I think if you're not nervous, then I think there's sort of something wrong. And yeah, I think nerves are a good thing. He's obviously been through a lot, but I think the smile on his face at the end of the game the other night showed a lot about him, and obviously to be out for that length of time and to come back and put a performance in like that, I think he's just shown his class, and I think he will do throughout this competition.
The next question again from Dallin. He's asked what has the messages been back from home seeing you perform in the first game? Has there been any encouraging messages? Somebody's reached out to you with anything specific?
No, I think just obviously mum and dad and girlfriend are obviously chuffed to see me out there performing, and there's been some nice messages from family and friends, but I think the big thing is to come out here and showcase my skills and obviously help MI hopefully go on and win this SAT20.
Okay. The next one's from Mike. He's asked you, we've got 2 tough games coming up in as many days. What's the process and communication that you've been having with the coaching staff, and how do you look at the 2 games coming up in terms of preparations and competition?
I mean, we firstly sat down last night. A few of us watched the game on in the team room, sort of discussing how we might sort of go about different players. We've seen how dangerous certain players in those teams can be. So it'll be in the build up for tomorrow and going on into the other games is sort of creating a few plans that may work. Obviously, you can't be dependent on one plan. So having a few plans about how to go about different batters and different situations, and obviously talk about how the wicket and stuff played the other night and how we're going to make the most of that going into these next 2 games. And obviously two big games, but if we come out on the right side of them, it puts us in a great position going on into the tournament.
Okay. Final question. Anything for the fans, and what can they look forward to on the 13th and 14th?
I mean, the fans were brilliant the other night. The noise, the atmosphere, and just the buzz they created round the ground. It just makes you want to go out there and perform. And fingers crossed. Again, I believe it's nearly sold out. So if it's not, get your tickets and see you down there. See you down here on the bank, ready for a big couple of games, and look forward to seeing them cheer us on.
Sure. Thanks, Olly. Thank you everybody for joining in. We'll catch up again before our 4th game. Thank you so much.
Good luck on.
Thank you.
The marketing and branding team will be.
We have to get into the tell what you must.
How do you go well?
Cheers. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Cheers, bro. Well done.
Perfect. Perfect. I need that.